All right, everyone, it's kind of time to just come out and say it. Donald Trump probably won re-election with the debate performance the other day, and even if he doesn't, and that's a real off chance at this point, he is going to be the ultimate American story of the century. Some people will think of this as fluff. Well, you're a Trump fan, so obviously, you like him, so you're being hyperbolic in your analysis. No, what I talked about before, Americans like a winner. They like a fallen winner better than a winner. And they like the fallen winner that gets back up more than they like the fallen winner that doesn't get back up. It's sort of the American story. You get knocked down and you get up again. It may be hyperbolic, it may be a little bit cliche, but that is something that is proverbially American. We sort of went through it during the Revolutionary War several times over, by the way. Donald Trump has been beaten into the ground by a persecutorial lawfare system. I would say justice system, but there doesn't appear to be any justice left in it. And now he's probably on his way to a meteoric rise back into the highest rungs, the highest echelon possible within public policy. I do believe that there are going to be 1,000 books written about this, by the way. Donald Trump came from relative means. When he was born into relative wealth. Not extravagant wealth, but hey, we don't have to worry about the food on our table or something like that. You don't have to worry about the fact that there's going to be a roof over your head. He takes $1 million, makes several billion dollars out of it. He goes up and down for decades. You have some hits and you have some misses. You have Mar-a-Lago. Well, that's a hit. You can rent out those rooms for $1,000 a night, and I think there's several hundred of them, so you can make a lot of money. And golf courses and stuff like that. But then at the same time, you've got Trump steaks. Those sort of fell through. You have Atlantic City, the casinos there. Those didn't work out too well, et cetera, et cetera. So for every Trump wine, you have a Trump steak. For every non-failing golf course, you have a casino. And so Donald Trump has sort of risen up and fallen down multiple times throughout his life. This is the ultimate up and down, though. He becomes president of the United States in an election where 99% of people did not expect him to win, including many Trump fans. I expected him to win. I analyzed that at the time, and I said, look, I think that these polls are nudged in the wrong direction, and that he's actually going to beat Hillary Clinton, and he did. And that was very helpful for me, by the way, personally. I think it'll be helpful for me personally, by the way, if he wins in 2024, and I'm very much looking forward to him extending his tax cuts. Then he falls down, during an election in which you have some shenanigans going on. Joe Biden manages to jury-rig his way into office by a couple 100,000 votes and promptly destroy the fucking nation. Now, because Joe Biden is such an unmitigated disaster in public and foreign policy, and because apparently he can't debate his way out of a paper bag, Donald Trump is likely to become a convicted felon that has been re-elected to that office. To be clear about how bad Joe Biden is, the American people are preferring the felon. He is technically a convicted felon. In an illegitimate court, absolutely. And I understand that, but it is still, humorous. I think that he's going to be the ultimate American story of the century, and I don't think it matters what happens in the election. The fact that he stood up to the power, so to speak, and he fought them, probably successfully in the end, I think will endear him to the American people on some level. And then his policies probably will endear him more because they will actually make sense. He appears to know his name. He appears to know what year it is. That's more than you get from Joe Biden, for example. Link in the description, archived, of course. Take a look at that if you want to. Donald Trump is likely to become the comeback kid. And there's nothing that Americans like more, again, than a comeback kid. So, you were the big dude in school, then you fell on hard times and, people fucking hated you or something, but now they like you again. That's sort of the story of the actual nation when you think about it. That's sort of the story of the United States. We had the same problems. We get incepted, we win the Revolutionary War, Then we get the shit beat out of us in the War of 1812. We almost lose our sovereignty in the process because of some bad decisions that were made. And then Andrew Jackson comes along and leads an army of pirates and former slaves and shit like that against the British, and then accidentally kills a bunch of British people after the war has technically ended, and the rest was history. Since then, we've generally been on the up and up. Well, it's literally the story of the United States. Isn't that great? I think that it's quite wonderful myself. That's about all. Peace out.